Yo, what is up guys? Delboy here, aka Blue Collar Sports TV. Hopefully you guys are doing well. If you're new here, smash that like, hit subscribe, all of that good stuff. So, that was the best piece of entertainment featuring a Russian and a traveller since Snatch. Great fight between Felix Cash and Magomed Madiev, a 10-round thriller, excellent stuff from both men. Felix Cash in this fight started boxing really well in round 1. He was taking that half step back, boxing to his left and pinging that jab. Madiev was coming forwards behind his guard. He was trying to pull with his jab and get close, but in round 1 it was primarily Felix Cash who was outboxing Magomed Madiev behind his jab. One thing Madiev was doing quite well though, he was slipping inside the jab and coming up with a check like a counter left hook, and that landed a couple of times in the first round, but all in all, round 1 was bossed by Felix Cash. Round 2, once again Felix Cash boxing well behind that jab, but he started to get involved more and trade in the pocket. He was trying to find big hooks to the body, his chopping overhand right, and again, some of these shots were getting through, but as a result, Madiev was timing him with his own counters, in particular that short left hook, and he dropped Felix Cash in round 2 with that left hook. Essentially, Felix Cash, he opened up, his lead hand was by his waist, and he went for the right hand, really opened his body up, and Madiev just caught him with his counter left hook. Down went Felix Cash, he was hurt, Madiev tried to finish him. Felix Cash spent a good 30 seconds on the ropes, covering up, trying to survive. He then clinched and finished the round quite strongly, tried to put it back on Madiev, but Madiev was giving as good as he got. So round 2 was a big round for Magomed Madiev. Round 3, Felix Cash started to box a little bit more. He was throwing that jab, moving to his right, and keeping the distance quite effectively at times. When Felix Cash had this fight at arm's length, Madiev really had nothing for him, quite frankly. Madiev could not box with Felix Cash on the outside, but once again in round 3, there were times when Felix Cash would elect to hold his feet and trade with Madiev, and that once again gave Madiev opportunities to land his own punches up close. Again, the left hook and also uppercuts through the middle, and Madiev was also hooking to the body as well. To be fair though, after like round 3, round 4, Felix Cash relied a lot more on that jab, and he was moving his feet a little bit more. He wasn't getting engaged in quite so many trade-ups on the inside. He was boxing behind the jab and basically nullifying Magomed Madiev. And rounds sort of 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9, I felt Felix Cash won all of these rounds, quite frankly, just based on that jab. There were moments when Cash would trade up close with Madiev, but quite frankly, in these rounds, Felix Cash was actually getting the better of the exchanges. He was throwing more punches. His punches actually looked more hurtful in these rounds. And yeah, I felt Felix was outworking Magomed Madiev in these rounds. Quite easy to score, in my opinion. So yeah, as this fight was playing out, it just looked like it was one of those fights where Cash survived an early scare and he was boxing his way to an easy decision. But round 10, Magomed Madiev came out like a bat out of hell and really tried to put it on Felix Cash. Quite frankly, he should have done that a lot earlier, maybe round 7 onwards. But yeah, round 10, final round, Madiev comes out looking for the knockout. He drops Felix Cash with the overhand right. Felix was basically backpedaling and he got put on his ass. Cash beats the count. Madiev tries to finish. I think Felix Cash is hurt. In round 10, he's got some damage on the nose. I believe he's got a cut over his eye. And, Cash was holding, mauling, trying to survive. The referee then takes a point from Felix Cash, meaning round 10 is a 10-7 round. Madiev dominated round 10, which made things closer on the scorecards, but at the end of the day, it was Felix Cash who got the unanimous decision, and despite it being a 10-round fight, with 2 knockdowns and a point deduction, I think Felix Cash did win this fight, quite frankly. Honestly, apart from round 2, and round 10, you could easily score all of the other rounds to Felix Cash, in my opinion. So I think Felix deserved the decision, but he suffered an almighty scare here tonight. To me, the frustrating thing was that Felix could have made this fight a lot simpler, and he could have made it a lot easier than it looked. But, you know, he decided to trade at times. He was getting caught, made some poor decisions in there, and he nearly paid the price. So, you know, Felix does have a good jab. He does have a nice straight right hand. He has decent power, decent legs, decent movement, but he gets a little too greedy at times in the pocket. He stays there too long and he gets caught. He got away with it tonight, but as you step up, there's going to be fighters out there who take advantage of that. I've heard talks of a world title fight or Chris Eubank Jr. For Felix Cash in his next couple of fights. That sort of talk is way too premature. He's not ready for those fights. He needs to hone his skills, get more experience, and maybe in 3 or 4 fights' time, we can revisit that conversation. But right now, he's not ready. I think the ideal fight for Felix Cash is the European title. That is held by the Italian Signani. He's the European champion right now. I think that's the ideal fight for Felix Cash next. But yeah, honestly, I saw Madiev before this fight. I watched him on the undercard of Kudryashov and Romanov, and honestly, I really wasn't impressed with Madiev that night. Honestly, I think Felix Cash made this guy look a lot better than he really is. But nevertheless, good 10 rounds for Felix. He's got some things to work on. He passed his gut check, I guess you could say. So there are positives, but I felt that he made a lot of mistakes tonight, and luckily his opponent did not capitalise. I will say though, credit to Madiev. He showed a good chin. He was very relentless in there, didn't give up, so credit to him. Really good fight. But yeah, Felix Cash gets the UD. Share your thoughts below. Beanie Guy Delboy. Peace.